A pleasant good day to you all. Pizza, donut, chocolate. Now that I have your attention, my name is Cleveland Palmer and I'll be running for the position of Regional Vice President for Region 1. I have had several positions of leadership, with my current positions being Cadet Sergeant Major, holding the rank of Staff Sergeant, Deputy Head Boy, Student Council Vice President, Captain for debating team, Director of Projects, and the founder of a charity group named Art for Change Program. And with all these appointments, it has developed me into the dedicated, loyal, and well-spoken young man I now am. Firstly, we the councillors of Kingston and St. Andrew do strongly believe that all secondary students must be duly represented, whether blind, deaf, physically, or mentally challenged. In my 3 years of being a student councillor, I have never encountered a blind or physically disabled councillor. And as such, I will be furthering the awareness program that we have in NSSC for disabled peers. I will be establishing a regional disabilities committee to investigate, analyze, and provide feasible solutions to the problems facing our disabled peers and bring them into representation. On the same coin, when elected, the Kingston and St. Andrew Council will seek to remove the stigma placed on non-traditional high schools. Our non-traditional high schools feel excluded from the council's activity. And as our Jamaican motto so brilliantly states, out of many one people, so we must have integration of all the stakeholders within the region. This will be done by the fostering of more interclubbing activities among the local councils, where traditional and non-traditional high schools will have to interact at some point, as the regional executive will be organizing large-scale interclubbing activities. Thirdly, my team will work tirelessly to revamp dormant councils, bringing them in line under the Constitution. This will allow for NSSC representation in all secondary institutions. My team will organize meetings with school administrators and the students, enlightening them of the functionality of student councils. They will submit monthly reports through a database, allowing us to keep a track of all the activities and all the meetings and projects that are done within the local council. In concluding, 3 fundamental objectives were outlined for my tenure when I am elected: the revamping of dormant councils, the breaking the stigma of institutions, and the inclusion of our disabled peers. Under the leadership of Palmer, I will be an effective and efficient leader. George Washington Carver once said, "Where there is no vision, there is no hope." I bring that vision and I bring that hope. Vote Palmer, vote for change. I thank you. The NSSC is well known for organizing grand events, even more so Region 1. In knowing this, I will be working with my past executive to effectively organize even grander events, thus bringing in support for NSSC and creating revenue for our region. Thank you. Region 1 is well known for organizing grand events, as I said before. Now, we always have the problem in our local councils finding funding to transport the councillors to the varying locations. What I will be employing is that 20% of the dues collected at the meetings will be put into a transportation fund. So once there's to be transportation done, it will come from this fund. I thank you.
It is a widely known fact that Rome wasn't built in a day. The National Secondary Students' Council needs to take a similar approach if we want to achieve greatness similarly to the Romans. I am Ewan Bury, an resolved, inspired, charismatic student of St. George's College, who has held various leadership posts, such as the president of the Voices Against Drugs in Schools, VADIS, the first national president of the Democratic Youths United to Evolve Society, and the vice president and PRO of the St. George's College Student Council. I would like to play my part in the building and advancement of the National Secondary Students Council through the implementation of the UTE initiative. UTE, you may ask? Well, the UTE initiative stands for Unity, Teamwork, and Empowerment. This would be done so that the region can accomplish the goals of the organization and effectively meet the standards. The first step in the UTE is unity. An organization is as strong as its weakest link. Thus, as regional vice president, I cannot allow weaker or dormant councils to be left behind. I plan to do so by being consistent and following through on the current proposals made by the executive to have all student council elections being held by the end of September. With that said, I would also like to establish a committee in which the sole purpose will be to enter into schools and then rejuvenate and revamp the student council programs. This would be done using the each one teach one concept so that all student councils would grow in unity, teamwork, and empowerment. Teamwork. This is the second step of the UTE. Teamwork can be used to fix several issues affecting the NSSC. One such issue is communication. Through teamwork, the problem of communication can easily be fixed by establishing a committee which would be headed by the secretary and PRO of the region. This committee, the sole purpose of it would be relaying information to the presidents, the faculty advisors, and the principals. Communication is necessary, as with proper communication, it will encourage unity and organization within the region. Empowerment. This is the final point of the UTE. This would be last, but is certainly not the least of the initiative, because it makes absolutely no sense that there be an NSSC or even a local council if the students are not empowered to carry out the task at hand. However, taking into consideration that we live in a generation that young people are easily bored. As a regional vice president, I would implement more sensitization workshops at different points throughout the year, using younger, more interactive presenters to try and get the message across so that the various councillors can grow in unity and empowerment. It would be easier to get the message across using this strategy. Through the UTE, Region 1 will be able to unite and work together. When the councils work together they will all eventually reach one positive level. And through this, we will be better able to accomplish the goals of the NSSC across the whole region. I leave you with a quote from Eugene Bell Jr. Inspire to aspire before you expire. Again, my name is Yohan Buri, and I am a candidate for the NSSC Region 1 Vice President. One challenge that is being faced currently in Region 1 is the communication of data from the NSSC to the schools. While the NSSC does communicate data to the schools themselves, there are often times that the president, they do not get this information. So when events and other things are held, it is difficult for the presidents to come because they get it really short notice. The team that I propose to establish within my manifesto, which will be headed by the secretary and PRO, its sole purpose would be disseminating this information to the presidents. Hence, they would get information earlier and it would be more transparency. A strength of the NSSC is its ability to empower and motivate young people. As the regional vice president, I would use the NSSC as a medium through which various young people who have been misguided or feel that they're being treated rather unfairly, and to try and empower them, get them on the right track, have them grow in leadership to make Jamaica and the region itself a better place over time.
It takes a good leader to inspire another to maximize his potential and to become the best possible person he can. I am Diagene Clark, currently a sixth form student at Campion College, and I will be that leader as the next Region 1 Vice President for the year 2016 to 2017. Upon becoming exposed to an organization as prestigious as the NSSC, I expressed my desire to become involved. As a result, a space in the Youth Link magazine was created for the NSSC. From my active involvement in this venture, I gained invaluable experience, which built both my character and my leadership skills, thus equipping and emboldening me to see myself as the next Region 1 Vice President. I have been an active member of Campion College's Students' Council every year since first form, and this year was elevated to the board serving in the capacity of treasurer. I am a former national swimmer, current captain of the esteemed Campion College swim team and tennis team, and a head prefect. I have also led my house to victory 2 years in a row. Despite this heavy load, I managed to achieve 10 grade 1s at the CSEC level. None of this would be possible without impeccable time management skills and leadership skills, which I feel would be crucial if I am to be elected as Region 1 Vice President. My main goal would be to create an app tentatively entitled Jamaica Next, dedicated to Jamaican high school students. A problem I have noticed within most leadership bodies across the island is a lack of communication, many times due to a lack of an appropriate platform. This app would create that platform perfect for student leaders to connect and discuss issues, as well as for other students to promote their various endeavors such as businesses or events in real time. Although the NSSC is an organization in and of itself, this would be an opportunity for it to promote itself to and to involve the other 200,000 Jamaican high school students. I also intend to stage forums, debates, study sessions, talent shows, and other inter-school events with the aid of local presidents to promote unity, particularly to bridge that gap between traditional and non-traditional high schools. In this way, presidents can see their plans and efforts come to fruition and feel accomplished, all while having fun, becoming more exposed, and discovering and developing their own talents. One of these events would specifically be an intense capacity building workshop aimed at honing the natural abilities of counselors by inviting guests such as Miss Jamaicas, pageant coaches, lawyers, ministers, and other public figures. Should I be elected as Vice President of Region 1 for the year 2016 to 2017, I hope to elevate not just my region, but the entirety of the National Secondary Students' Council. So please, vote DC for your Region 1 VP. Most students spend more time at school than they do at home. This is where they develop into the people that they're supposed to be. Most decisions made for schools are for the students and pertain to their livelihoods. I think that students should be involved in the decision-making processes because it involves their lives more than the teachers and administration directly. I know that currently there is a problem with the dissemination of information to Region 1 high school student council presidents. This is why I have proposed the idea of an app entitled Jamaica Next that all high schoolers can download so they will all be aware of events going on in the region. I hope that even if the presidents themselves do not own smartphones, other people around them will and be able to pass on the information to them. In this way, everybody will be aware of what's going on throughout the region.